Naruto one of the greatest cutscenes of video game history.
Mm-hmm.
That scene is everything the director of the reboot game said Dante is not. Dante's not some gay cowboy. It's him putting on that hat, and that's like Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
uh,
We'll meet back up at some point, but for now, one foot in front of the other.
Another guest starring Scott. And we'll ask a lot of video game based questions. Let's start branching off.
Oh dear.
Let's go back to talking about anime.
Well, you already lost me there. We gotta talk about things that we both know. Can't be just one-sided.
Okay, do you know about the Broly movies being put on are gonna be put on Blu-ray?
Yep.
There's know about how it's advertising an extra 45 minutes of footage.
Yep.
Do you know it's not a giant lie?
Yep.
Good. What's wrong with Funimation with that one? Why lie about that?
Just to get it to sell more.
It's like people are gonna hate you more for lying. It's like it's the Broly movie. It was already a good movie. What do you need to lie about? It was already a freaking good movie.
They need to separate two versions. They need to have like the new voice actor Broly version and the Vic Monaga version.
Oh, lordy, that's actually a thing. Imagine it's like interviews with the voice actors, but there's just one person missing. And they just put it just no. Instead they get someone else to like re-record like what he said, but they point like a Broly poster.
Jesus.
Oh my god, that would be so stupid. But hilarious to see. At the level of pettiness.
And then you just see Monica Riel smiling in a corner.
No, not even, just everyone at Funimation at this point. We're being so big about a topic we don't want to talk about while recording. People who know, they know. People who don't know, don't worry about it. I got hit twice. Before. But yeah, let's talk about anime, specifically anime genres. What gets you interested to watch a show?
It kind of flip-flops between what the story is trying to tell me and what the character is.
I was going by genre. Let's start with just more simplistic, like genre. Those eyeballs.
I don't have a set genre. It honestly depends if the story is interesting to me or not. Well,
I am resisting every urge in my body.
What?
I'm resisting every urge in my body to not do the obvious thing. So I'm gonna resist it, and let's just move on. Keep going.
Well, I can tell you one anime genre that I absolutely cannot withstand at all, and that is animes that are like harem fan servicey things that show a lot of tits and shit. Like High School DxD. I cannot handle shit like that. Because when I watch an anime, I want to watch an anime. I don't want to watch fucking porn.
It's funny. It's funny because game journalists always tell people like me, "Why do you play Center and Kagura? You can already watch porn." Yeah, but I'm looking for a video game.
Like hell, I'm even surprised I made it through the entirety of High School of the Dead. I'm surprised I made it through that shit.
Except High School of the Dead is actually one of those anime that's like so stupid and knows it's stupid that it becomes good.
But we don't speak of the OVA.
Oh, we don't speak about the. Oh, thank God! Someone who thinks the OVA is trash.
Piece of shit from
I was
Ugh.
surrounded by people who legitimately liked the OVA. I was like, no, the OVA was trash.
Oh, I was cringing through the entire thing.
Oh my God, that was trash. Also, rest in peace, the creator.
He died?
He died many years ago.
What the hell?
Like he died while I was like in high school.
Holy shit! Damn.
So you ever wondering how that series gonna end? The answer is no one ever know because he's passed away.
Damn. Um.
Let's see.
I'd say Rosea Vampire was light with the harem shit.
I've seen one person say it's great. I'll see one person say it's completely awful, and that it's not even good fan service. It's just lazy fan service.
I'd say it was like very minimal fan service.
Now the point was, if we're gonna be a fan service show with bad writing, at least have good fan service, but it doesn't even have that. It's just bad overall. There's just nothing redeeming it.
Hmm. Okay, let's see.
Here's the more, I don't want to start controversial one, but the one people tend to avoid more. How do you feel about slice of life?
What is that?
Slice of life means the show is way more casual in how it does things, and also can tend to be also way more of a more realistic setting. Like for example, an anime that's just about like high schoolers, like like no fantasy, no sci-fi, just high schoolers and just shenanigans with that.
So kind of like Clannad.
Huh?
Kind of like Clannad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Pretty much the whole entire point is that there's no like major overarching plot. Like each episode can carry its own plot kind of thing.
Yeah, I like that.
That's one of because that one in harem shows are the ones that are more people generally try to avoid because of there's too many examples of like bad ones that people are like, no, why do I want to watch this kind of thing.
Mm. You know, I kind of want to talk about how I got into anime in the first place.
Go ahead.
So,
We are a podcast after all.
my fondest memory of getting into an anime was when I would have the Dragon Ball Z Blu-ray, not Blu-ray, the fucking DVD shit that would advertise trailers for other anime. And I remember seeing a trailer for Death Note. And like, it looked so creepy and like the music...
What is wrong with me?
We all have those days, man.
What is wrong with me?
We all have those days. I mean, hey, if you want to restart.
Oh my god!
But yeah, so like, it looked a little creepy. Like, when they showed Elle's face, I found that a little creepy. Because it was like in a dark, shadowy place. And then the music with the piano and that, I was like, this looks interesting. And then I gave it a shot, and it was really well worth it.
I have a question. How many anime have you ever watched based specifically on like a trailer including like an anime set?
I have to think about that. Let me see. Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Death Note, Ergo Proxy, Rosario Vampire, Clannad. No, Clannad I found because I heard a soundtrack from it and I was like, this music sounds good. And I think I did see High School DxD advertised, and I gave it a shot. I was like, yeah, no. That's pretty much it.
Specifically watch advertisements were Bamboo Blade and that's it.
Oh, I
Still got a
an
long way.
advertisement for Yu-Gi-Oh! Hakusho.
Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, but that's because most anime I watched are generally on like Toonami already by that point. I still
Yeah,
got an S
Ergo
for that.
Proxy. Huh?
I still got an S for that.
Nice. But yeah, Ergo Proxy was another like trailer that I saw in I forgot what DVD, and I was like, I should give this a shot. Dragon Ball, I think, kind of goes without saying. It was advertised on Cartoon Network, so I was like, yeah. Even though my shit was way out of order, because I got into Dragon Ball right at the end.
I got the Dragon Ball with, well, Dragon Ball.
Oh, nice.
Granted, it took a long time for me to actually be able to see, you know, the actual Finale 2 Dragon Ball. So for me, it kind of just went from the end of King Piccolo to the start of Z.
Oh, okay.
Like I knew who like the Piccolo and Z was, I just never actually saw the actual fight for a while. Like the last thing I remember seeing was just Goku like just skipping over that part and going straight to Goku and Chi-Chi trying to get the wedding dress and the whole entire thing with the Bancho fan and that stupidity.
Yeah, like, for me, I had the VHS of Goku versus Kid Buu, and then randomly, another time I saw Goku fight Frieza on Namek, and I was just lost. But I saw GT in its entirety, though, before I saw the entirety of Z.
I saw the entirety of GT via TV.
Yeah. Never saw a ball, but I know that through games.
Yeah, it's like how I generally know stuff about Spider-Man through video games and movies rather than, you know, reading them other effing comics. Like, 'cause I'm too lazy for that. I'm too lazy for that. So hold on. Now I continue the discussion as we enter Mission 14, and now we're playing as V.
And Naruto, I remember I was there when it first came out on Cartoon Network. Like, I remember I stood up to midnight on that summer day when the first episode debuted, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Damn it. A little longer. Hold on, just a little longer.
Although at the time I was a little sad when it ended and like they didn't continue, because I remember hearing about Shippuden's existence, but they never brought it to TV. So it wasn't until years.
Funny thing about Shippuden, your brother
What?
found out about Shippuden while just watching random Naruto videos, just YouTube recommends thing called Naruto Shippuden, and we were like, this is the thing this whole time. There was
Oh,
there's
okay.
a sequel series this whole time.
Oh yeah, I was late to the internet game though, so like the way I discovered Shippuden was the store that I used to go to get my games and anime and shit. I saw Shippuden and I was like, wait, there's a continuation?
I never had that experience because by the time I ever saw anything hit the stores, I would already be up to date by that point.
Mm.
Who's ready for the worst mission in the entire game?
Oh. Hello.
The reason this mission sucks is because you know I told you V peaked the moment he started.
Yeah.
They take away your three demons. You have to get them back one by one while doing boss fights that Nero and Dante fought.
I'm losing my power.
You have to find this titty lady?
No, she's just there just to spook you out.
Oh.
And I gotta pick which one of the boss fights that Dante and Nero did, and then do that boss fight again, but only now is V and he's handicapped.
Go to the middle one.
I don't want to do the middle one because the one that flies.
Oh.
Like, I'm doing it out of the order I usually do it. It's mostly because if you bring Nightmare with you while fighting Goliath, then you get a special finisher.
Okay.
But the thing is, I don't want to, you know, pick Nightmare first and then go fight Goliath, 'cause that's suicide.
Claiming what's mine.
Mm.
So instead, I'm a free Shadow and fight the Cavalier Angelo that we fought earlier as Dante. Which is also risky because I tend to see him as being the most difficult of the three to face.
Oh yeah, there was another anime I also enjoyed that I was able to also look past the harm it had. You ever heard of an anime called Deers with a capital S?
Actually, no. Enlighten me.
It's kind of like oldish because I didn't do my research till recent. That was like a 2004 anime. It's like basically about this school kid who finds this alien girl that like landed on Earth, and like she's kind of a defective model because apparently her kind is like half robotic in a sense. I don't know. It's like they're supposed to be intelligent, but she's different or some shit. So the kid stays with her, and like there's a bit of harm here and there because she doesn't know what naked is and yada yada yada. But you can kind of get past it because they start to form like sort of a bond. And I don't know. To me, it feels like it's a wholesome anime.
It's disturbing how I could name like several different animes just based on that description, and it hurts me that I can do that. It hurts me that so many things follow that exact same idea.
Yeah, the story was good overall. There was a continuation, but they continued it in a video game sense. I think it had it for the PS2. They never continued it anime-wise though.
That's
and
weird.
yeah,
An anime of all things gets a sequel via video game.
and I think the game ended on a cliffhanger too. I'm not sure.
Holy hell, this is the best run I've ever had of fighting freaking Cavalier Angelo. I only have one demon in this freaking run through. Look at him! He doesn't even stand a chance! Look at this! Shadow just hit him from a mile away!
Following contraries to these are true.
People say playing as V sucks.
I remember I also used to watch a little bit of Inuyasha back in the day.
I never watched Inuyasha, I just always had girls in my school watching Inuyasha, that's what I say, of course they did.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, cause like, since back in the day, school was so fucking early for me. I remember I used to be awake at like 5 a.m. and I would just watch Inuyasha when they aired it on Adult Swim before it switched to Cartoon Network at 6 a.m.
Yeah, all I ever hear about Inuyasha is that a lot of people like it, but also that it's also like a very long series.
Yeah, I just casually watched it like just to pass time before I went to school. I was never really like that into it, but it was decent.
That's that I usually end up watching stuff like on ABC's like Family Matters stuff
Hey,
before going to school.
did I do that?
Yeah, I watched the episode where he nuked the entire city before going to school. And I was like, I ain't gotta stop thinking about that all day. Pull out the book. Yo, Nightmare, am I coming over here and taking on demons?
Oh, and do you know Mob Psycho 100?
Heard of it a lot. People keep talking about how they like season 2. I don't know anything. I really don't know anything about the series.
See, I didn't know it was an anime because I found it on Netflix as a live TV show. And then when I like looked to see if there's gonna be a season 2, I saw the anime. I was like, oh, this is an anime.
We got the demons, health orb over here. Arcade box, yeah, that's a name. Oh, here we go.
Did you ever watch a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Of course I did.
But like, up to what?
Middle of 5Ds.
Okay. Which would you say is your favorite? Yu-Gi GX or 5D?
I'm gonna say vanilla because 4Kids actually, aired its ending.
Oh, okay.
They GX and 5Ds never got their ending. In fact, 5Ds just ends abruptly because they didn't want to do 5Ds whole entire ending and finale.
Fucking lazy scrubs.
Like literally the point at the end of our version where Yusei says, "And the future is bright forever." In the Japanese dub, immediately the sky just breaks.
Wow.
Like literally, they let it go for like 2 more seconds. You would see everything's not fine.
I'd say for me, I actually enjoyed all 3. I like Yu-Gi 5Ds and GX. I tried to give Zexo a watch, but I just couldn't.
I didn't have TV. By that point, I just didn't have TV more, and I stopped playing the Yu-Gi-Oh card game.
Yeah, I think the last Yu-Gi-Oh game I got was 5D's World Tournament 2011 for the
Oh,
DS.
oh no, like I only ever bought like, I only ever had like 2 of the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, like video games. I remember like the actual card game.
Oh, damn! I stopped collecting those a while ago.
Me and my brother still keeps getting cards, mostly because Shonen Jump keeps sending cards with subscription.
Mm.
Although not anymore, thanks to their new, thanks to how they now run their services.
You ever saw Duel Masters?
Yes, I also played that card game. Actually, I won the video games. It's essentially it's essentially just anime Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
That was literally what it was made to be, which is why it did badly in America, because well, we have Magic the Gathering, so what's the point?
Yeah, I enjoyed Duel Masters. I had one of the games for Game Boy, and I did collect the cards as well.
I like the anime mostly because there's moments where the anime just freaking like just goes on. It's a parody levels.
Yeah.
And this is one scene where this girl is having having flashbacks to things about her life, and she's just freaking commentating about her own flashbacks and going, "Why did I do that? Oh, that was bacon. I love bacon. Wait, I wear glasses. I wear glasses when I read. I read in the bathtub. Like just commenting on her own flashbacks, going, wait, these are all things I do. It's so stupid. I love it. Oh, yeah, generally. I wouldn't say generally, but those are like the only 2 major card-based animes I ever got into. I tried to play the Naruto card game, but it just didn't work.
Oh yeah, I used to collect that so much. Like I didn't play it, but I just collected it for collection purposes.
I also tried tongue, but what the fuck? Just realized that Nero player's name, the Nero player's name was Try Tongue Butthole.
Okay.
There's also the freaking GT card game.
Ah, damn! I never got the GT cards. I couldn't find those.
There are also Digimon cards. There's a lot of cards, man. There's a lot of cards.
Yeah, I
that were
remember Digimon.
Usually just still shots from the anime.
You ever did Bakugan?
No.
I used to collect those cards and the fucking ball figures.
How about some real 90s stuff? Beyblades.
Oh hell yeah!
That was the real 90s stupidity right there.
God, man, I think I still have one of my figures lying around somewhere.
They actually held a Beyblades tournament one time.
Really? Wow.
I saw like a video of it. It was incredibly stupid. That was the moment I realized just how stupid this all was. That's the millisecond you know just how stupid this whole entire thing is. I also had like a big Beyblade of Jaceel that freaking is supposed to like light up and make sounds, but we bought it used and they said that the thing's battery is dead and never got replaced. Well, whenever I said Jaceel, it would turn on. That was kind of creepy. It would actually turn on if I said its name.
No time to worry about them, B. Gotta hurry.
Also, remember when they had the Beyblade ones that had like freaking freaking metal into them, and it had like the little magnet things?
Yes.
I remember cheating with them with my brothers because they had Beyblades that had the metal piece and mine didn't. Meaning, if I put the magnets, it's literally in my favor. I'm a filthy cheater. I created literal invisible walls for their Beyblades. Also, my old superintendent freaking hated those Beyblades because apparently I lived right above him. And he said those Beyblades would disturb his sleep, which I call BS, seeing how freaking thin on the floors. If that's enough to disturb your sleep, motherfudger. Don't try and guilt trip me because you're afraid of your own problems. Hey, ever heard of Shinzo?
No, what is that?
It's like this very old anime. I don't remember a lot about it. All I know is that the characters could essentially transform into this it's like 3 people who transform into this powerful being, which is the same name of the show, Shinzo.
Oh.
So it's more as a action series. I'm up on asterisk next to action series. I'm up on asterisk next to action because I can't remember how much action was actually in the series.
Mm.
Ever heard of freaking Rave Master?
I feel like I've heard of it.
The main character is voiced by Aaron Aldo.
Hmm.
It had a really silly opening that pretty much told you the entire premise of the show.
There's my titty woman.
Malthus. No way can we handle her. We don't have the strength. I know. But we must get through this
Hmm.
somehow.
Bobo?
Heard of it, seen the advertisement, never actually watched it. I thought it was too stupid. I have a friend that absolutely loves it.
I used to like briefly see it on Saturday nights when they had the whole anime lineup. It was like Bobo Beast, Naruto, then Dragon Ball maybe.
Ultimate Muscle.
Ultimate Muscle. I remember that.
Is it sad that only recently I found out that Ultimate Muscle is actually a sequel series?
Oh.
Yeah, like it's actually a sequel to another series I never got.
Well, no.
Like apparently the actual the big more famous character in the series is actually Kid Muscle's dad.
Well, no. You ever saw 90s G Gundam?
I barely remember Gundam, so I'm gonna by default say yes. Cause I remember was a lot of Gundam. A lot of Gundam is all my memory was.
Damn it. Running out
Yeah,
of
the
time.
90s Gundam was my favorite.
Won't last much
I
longer.
like the I don't know if he was like the main character, but it was like that white robot with like the yellow thingy on the top of his head, and he had like red and blue on his chest.
Honey, need assistance?
Did
I
it go,
feel like he was the main character.
Trying to kill me?
was it piloted by a Japanese man?
She's behind
I don't remember. All I remember is the robot.
Do the words Shining Finger come to mind?
No.
Okay, enough with the suspense. What do you need?
I can't remember which series is which, man. There's so many Gundam series. There's Gundam Seed, Gundam
I'm looking
Wing,
it up on
Gundam
my
Iron
phone, and
Blood,
I'll
Iron-
send you a message.
There's a more freaking other one, Iron Blood Orphans. Too many Gundams, freaking. My God, too many
It's
Gundams.
one from the 90s. Here, I found the image. There you
Second. So after did I not equip all my double breakers? Cause I just equipped those. Yeah, that's right there. So why didn't it just pop up in the menu? So that's our entire giant nostalgia trait that included Armando legitimately squealing. Noises I didn't think that would come out actually happened.
G Gundam was my shit.
You remember remember when they tried running Saint Seiya on TV?
Yep.
Or as they changed it to Night to the Zodiac?
Yeah.
I didn't bother with that show whatsoever.
I like briefly saw it, but I was never really like into it.
There's never found interesting. I got really bored with it. And also some anime that I've ended up seeing like one episode or two, and never saw ever again because it was on some random channel when my cable was just extended to like ridiculous number of channels.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I even looking at? The answer, I don't know. I'll never find out.
500 plus channels.
The Curse Fortune Plus channels. That's also how I found out about the freaking. What deal, Sephiroth? What the fuck?
That's a nice name.
No, it's not, and you know it. It's right after with XX Sephiroth XX. Well, today I found out my middle school is changing its name again.
Oh.
Why would I think that school can't possibly get any worse? It keeps getting worse. I have miscalculated. Game? No, I want to look at that demon. Game, I want to look at that demon. I want to just do a side. There we go. I want to do that game. And there's another one. I can do this. Game, what the fuck?
Nice.
If you do the split attack off an edge, it sends you flying with a lot of momentum. That's what I was trying to do before the game decided, nah. How can I get up there, though? Yes, I did.
Also, I would say like I saw Sailor Moon briefly,
Yeah.
even though I have a VHS of it.
Yeah, I saw it briefly. Never watched it entirely whatsoever. Later seasons get weird. I mean, aside from one of the villains being a huge pedophile,
Oh dear.
you can try and guy can try and frame it as him just being in love with Sailor Moon all he wants. Motherfucker, that girl is 14.
Let's get airborne.
That girl is 14, and you have her paralyzed on a bed about to kiss her.
If only he knew about the French law that passed that it made 15 legal.
I said she's 14.
Yeah, I know. He could have waited one more year.
No, he wouldn't have. Also, the awkward line. Do a workout on her.
Nah, I don't see anything awkward about that.
Also, for some reason, people keep trying to say how progressive the show was when it really wasn't. Like, Sailor Moon fans are like, guys, this show's not nearly as progressive as you think it is. In fact, it actually went backwards more than anything else. But look, here's a line where they're saying the main villain, the main villain is sexist. He says that, he says that the characters can't do anything on top of a man. It's like, yeah, and he's right. How many times did he get built up by Tuxedo Mask? The answer is a lot. Where it's like he's right about them being competent. Then also the whole entire, as they mentioned, the whole entire at the time stereotype of, lol, I'm a girl. What is technology? I do not understand it. I do not understand this.
We all know girls play games with upside down controllers.
Also, that reminds me. Apparently, Sailor Moon Crystal actually changed that line from I don't know how to use it to I forgot how to use it. because in that day and age, there's no way they didn't know how to use it. There's no way you never. Anyways, you remember those series of freaky car commercials that just got back the old voice actors for old anime and just had them dub over it as a car commercial?
I'm not sure.
There was one that there's some that I am. Two that made people cringe the most was one for Dragon Ball Z and one for Sailor Moon.
I feel like I remember the Dragon Ball one.
It was Krillin wishing for a card from Peru.
Yes, I remember that one.
And it's like, wow, why are we doing this? How shameless can we get? The one that was more shameless was the Sailor Moon one, where she sees the constellation of a car in the night sky, and Luna rightfully points out, "You're not even old enough to drive. Like, why do you want a car?"
Rip.
Like, 1, you're stupid. 2, you're not old enough to drive. 3, you're stupid. 4, our original series had a villain whose thing was that they acted like a train.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
That weird demon woman got on all fours on a train track and would try to run them over. Like, they didn't turn into a train, they just acted like one.
Crossroads. Which way should I go?
It was weird, man. It was weird.
I also briefly watched One Piece when they aired it on Toonami. I was not interested.
That's the 4Kids dub, wasn't it?
No, I said Toonami.
Okay. I mean, they still air. Don't they still air One Piece to this? Do they? No, did they stop?
I don't know.
I feel like they wouldn't have.
I only watch TV for Walking Dead nowadays, so.
Game. Where's the enemy? Taking a sweet time, that's what. You remember the whole entire character arc with freaking Tom?
Oh, okay. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Tom was the host of Toonami,
Yeah, I know.
who
But,
did
like,
game reviews and went through like 3 different versions.
Yes, yes. I remember there was a small version of him.
Yeah. I did not like that last version they did that didn't even look remotely like Tom.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like, what the fuck even was that? What I find weirder is that I'm not sure the website still exists, but it was like this website that just did nothing but stream Toonami shows 24/7. And they actually got Steve Bloom to do a fake like commercial thing for it. Like it's called Toonami Aftermath. Like it was before they brought back Toonami, of course. And they actually got him to do a commercial saying Toonami Aftermath will be right back. That site is... I have no idea if it still exists though. It's, you know, Zombie's back, so kind of a what's the point thing, unless you just want a place to watch classic anime. Actually, classic anything really, because I also went with anything that was on Toonami. So you want Count Chicken?
It's still here.
It's still there.
Yep.
Do they still have the schedule up?
I don't know, but I'm seeing a video playing. What is this? This is Lupin the Third. They're streaming apparently.
Yeah. It's still going to this day. Lupin Third is a popular anime. I've never seen it.
They have a Twitter too.
Like in everything does nowadays. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
God, I remember this other obscure anime. I think it was an anime at least. I used to see it at like 1 a.m. back in the day. It was like this weird cartoon thing. Like, I think it was called Shin-chan?
Oh, Crayon Shin-chan.
Yeah, that.
Never seen it in my life. All I know is that it's one of those shows that's like one of those like very deceptive. Oh, it looks very kid friendly, and it's like, oh, this is not kid friendly whatsoever.
Oh yeah, I remember. I used to watch that, and then I remember when like they showed him naked. I actually saw his parts. I was like, what? What am I watching?
I mean, Dragon Ball had Goku naked a lot.
Yeah, but they only showed his ass.
They show freaking Goku's crotch
Well,
at points.
baby Goku's crotch. That's a different story. We're talking about like a grown man.
And we also have freaking Zatch Bell, which in the English version, they censored it out, but the Japanese version, Ash is like freaking Zatch is like nude like almost every episode.
Dude, Zatch Bell I used to watch briefly. I remember that. Full Metal Alchemist I watched briefly, and Hunter x Hunter I watched briefly.
Did you watch the original Hunter or the 2012 version?
Well, this was in the past, so I'm assuming before 2012.
I heard that the original one is just okay. The 2012 version is the one people usually go to watch, recommend.
Nah, it's the older one, not the 2012 one.
Also, Zatch Bell never got to. They never dubbed the actual ending to the series.
Rip.
Like the anime is already like it pretty much has its own ending, different from the manga, but now also that too. Combination of they didn't just finish dubbing it. I remember for the longest time, I just never could find the determination to finish watching the Malordo Z arc. Eventually, I did when a website decided to stream all of Zatch Bell for like an entire weekend. I'm not sure if that venture was worth it. It's like I like Zatch Bell, but Malordo Z arc just bores me. It's something like this is just discount Frieza. Mostly because it has the same voice as Frieza.
Which one, Linda Young? Or Chris Ayres?
Old voice of Frieza.
Linda Young.
Like, it's like I was like, this villain is just discount Frieza. I can never unsee that. Mostly because of the pale face the Mamoto has, and also once again, Linda Young.
I am Lord Frieza, Emperor of the Universe. Now you have slightly British Frieza.
5 centimeters though.
Behold my golden form.
Who? Any other old series before I start trying to go into something more? I don't want to say newer, 'cause it's still old, but you know,
Current.
new. I'm saying like the series I'm going to mention, it's not current because it's been done for like years,
Oh.
kind of thing.
I remember I caught Death Note one time at midnight on Toonami.
I remember when Death Note became big in my middle school, and people in my school tried to be all elitist about it. I legitimately thought no one knew anything about Death Note until they saw it. And I'm just sitting there like, I can name about 3 different spoilers right now. Doesn't just ruin your day. Probably be nice to not do it.
But Death Note was almost like the same ordeal I had with Dragon Ball because like before I bought the DVDs of Death Note, I saw the last episode on Toonami and I was lost as hell. I remember like briefly seeing where Light was laughing in the fucking garage.
It became a meme, that's why.
The factory, and then I just immediately clicked off it.
That laugh is so bad in every single dub.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the laugh in each language.
That's how you know it's meant to be bad.
I don't know, I prefer the English dub laugh, honestly.
Well, yeah, because you know, you speak English.
No, I feel like that laugh is more like there compared to. Well, the Spanish laugh almost came close as well. I'd say like the English and Spanish ones are like the top 2 laughs for me.
Try to think of the name of the other old anime series before I start going into more. Once again, not current as in current right now, but I'd say not like prior or mid 2000s. I've still never actually finished either the Death Note anime or manga. I am still that. I've told people this who are like, you see Death Note, I'm like, I've seen every single live action adaptation, but never finished the manga or the anime.
But
I will
you know
start
how it
it and
ends.
never stop, and I will stop. Huh?
But you know how it ends.
Yes. But remember when I made that video thing that I've all used in the finale to Death Note?
Yeah.
That was the first time I ever saw the finale to Death Note.
Oh.
In full, no, the anime version. I mean, I always
damn.
saw like some other live action version.
Yeah.
So I've seen, and then my brother showed me the ending in the manga because he hates the anime ending.
Yeah, I could only ever the first two Japanese live action Death Notes. I could never find the third one. I don't know why.
Which one was it?
Fuck.
Is the one with Misa or the one that's based off of the spin-off thing, El Save the World?
El Save the World.
I did not watch that one either, but my brother owns the book.
I could never find it. Yeah, I own the book too.
And I never actually looked at what that even is, cause I just don't care. I know there was like another movie that actually had like Misa as the main character.
I think that was the second movie. Because I'm pretty sure didn't like the first movie kill off Light, and then the second one had Misa as the main character.
I don't know. 'Cause I remember seeing this one live action movie that's ending was actually more faithful to the manga, but also still made up its own thing that broke the rules of the Death Note. Like Light writing down that this assassin kills his girlfriend and then kills themselves, but you can't do that in the Death Note.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, okay, the film is doing a different turn here.
That goes against the rules of the Death Note. Like people, you literally have a rule book in the freaking series / in the manga. Just follow it. Your source material is your quite literal guide. Don't just ignore it.
Okay, so Misa was in the second movie with Light as well, apparently. And she's not blonde.
Was that gonna bug you?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, L Changed the World was the one I could never find. And apparently they did 2 more movies after that. New Generation and Light Up the New World.
I feel like I saw a trailer for Labs in New World. I never actually saw it. I think that's the one where there was like several Death Notes like falling from the sky.
Yeah, I've seen the plot right here. It's been 10 years since the confrontation of Light and L. When Shin Megami brings Death Notes to the ground and the human world falls to chaos.
Never actually saw that. Well, again, I never actually thought it ever actually got made or anything. That was just a random thing.
Yeah, it came out October 29, 2016.
Ah, that's why. Yeah, see another thing. Trying to remember any more classic anime. I'm gonna go into more, freaking near end of 2000s.
Okay.
And this time, I'm gonna also start going obscure.
Okay.
Gintama.
Yes, that's the white-haired guy, right?
Yes.
With the yeah, I know him.
It's another Shonen Jump series.
Yep.
Which heavily references heavily makes use of the fact that it's from Shonen Jump. I have no idea if the series actually ended. I remember the last thing that happened in the anime. I think it's the last thing that happened in anime. I don't know. I could have just stopped watching at some point. I don't know. I remember the last thing I remember was a time skip with Shinpachi.
I would say this one was another anime. Like I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes, but I really never gave into it.
What, Gintama?
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those very on the weird side. It's one of those things that people admitted it probably could never be like fully like English dubbed because of how much is not only staked in like obscure like Japanese humor, but there actually was an English dub of a movie for it.
Oh.
So it's not impossible. Someone did it. Like I remember at some point, I think at some point Crunchyroll said that they were also gonna try and make their own English dub of Gintama. Because once again, people thought like that's impossible to make an English dub of Gintama. So much of it relies so heavily on Japanese humor. That's impossible. It's impossible.
Oh, I just remembered. Did you like ever watch the Pokemon anime?
Of course.
Like how far did you get?
I stopped watching midway into Diamond and Pearl, and I watched the entirety of Black and White season 1 on Netflix. That season was horrible.
I'd say I'm with you on the part where I stopped also in Diamond and Pearl, but I never went back to it after that.
I just spent like the entire week dedicated just watching the Black and White anime, and it was just awful. Like it had some good moments, but it's awful. Like also the running gag of the fact that Pikachus are rare in Unova, so everyone keeps flipping out whenever they see asking a Pikachu because it's rare. That also the dumb thing of Pikachu basically got reset to level 1.
Wow.
Like when he got to Unova, Zekrom just came out of nowhere, zapped Pikachu, and suddenly Pikachu lost to a freaking brand new Snivy. It's like sweet Jesus. I also watched the anime movie for Black and White. It was also bad, and they made 2 versions of that movie.
Damn.
One for Reshiram, one for Zekrom. Pretty much the same movie, only they changed whether or not Reshiram or Zekrom is the one causing the calamity. And they also changed the color palettes of some Pokemon, meaning some of those are shiny Pokemon. Either way, the movie was bad.
Shit, man. The last fucking Pokemon movie I saw was Pokemon 2000 and the one with Mewtwo.
Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yeah, those are the only 2 Pokemon movies I've seen. Oh, and there was one, I don't remember, I briefly saw it on Cartoon Network one time. The only thing, I forgot I don't know the name of it, but I do remember there was this one scene where, like, Groudon was like a fucking mess of a muck. Like he was melting or some shit, he looked creepy.
I don't know.
It was some like movie that took place during the whole entire Ruby Sapphire Emerald saga.
Oh, that reminds me. Another movie I saw was with an exit was with it's a movie based on X and Y with outside like the Diamante Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That movie was also dumb, and freaking Xerneas and Yveltal, the X and Y legendaries, literally had no reason to be in the movie.
Is it that rainbow deer one?
Oh yeah, that's the X one.
Ah,
Like freaking, Yveltal just kind of shows up, causes havoc, and manages to barely touch Pikachu. And if you get hit by Yveltal, you turn to stone. So Xerneas just comes out of nowhere to freaking just fix Pikachu and call it a day.
oh, I also remember briefly seeing I think they did a movie of Garatina.
Giratina? I don't know. I remember one for Darkrai.
Oh yeah, I briefly remember that too. Shaman! It was Shaman!
Oh no, I remember the name of the freaking black and white one was supposed to be about Victini. F Victini, it can go burn in hell.
Yeah, I remember Victini was like supposed to be a hype thing, but I was like, what's so hype about him?
The fact that the got a more movie about him and his whole entire thing is Destiny stands for victory. He's literally able to just buff any Pokemon. He's the essence of buffing. I hate that movie. Let's see what else. I also watched like a good bit of the X and Y anime before I got bored.
Mm.
It was just that X and Y anime was just boring. I heard it gets better. Like my god, it was just boring. Like, I thought they'd go somewhere with the Serena thing, and it does go somewhere, but it's not till the very end.
Mm.
So who even cares at that point? Also, I remember how many times they kept using CG in that anime. I kept going, that CG, that CG, that CG, that CG. Also, the most awkward line. Also, once again, more awkward lines. In order to get this gym badge, you have to climb the wall. You have to climb this wall, and the wall is me. It was like a rock type gym leader who keeps making analysis of every single challenge is a wall, but he referred it to himself because he's the gym leader. So he's like, you gotta climb the wall, and this time the wall is me.
Well, no.
That's something you want me saying to children, dear sir. But yeah, it was just freaking. Also, why does Ash hate bird type Pokemon?
Oh,
He rarely uses them. Like, he got the fire bird type Pokemon in X and Y early on, and then barely used it. And then the second time he ever uses it, it immediately evolves. The second time he uses it, it immediately evolves.
remember he used to use Pidgeotto back in the day.
Yeah, kid we're being used to.
I'm coming.
Gotta pay attention, sweetheart.
Spoilers, kid. But you're nothing more than an empty shell with no power. You are as weak as your flesh. Human.
Hey, we're tougher than we look. But there's only one way to find out.
I will enjoy this.
It's the giant chicken from Jimmy Neutron.
I immediately forgot that chicken's name. Once you said giant chicken, I immediately forgot its name.
Yeah, I don't know its name too.
Another stuff like a P in the name of the aliens, like Yogi or something like that.
What, Ultra something?
I think I had Pultra's water dish. There we go. Pultra.
anything with a nose.
Yeah,
I
there-
never actually saw the Jimmy Neutron movie that the show was based off of until like a while after watching the show. So when he mentioned it was Poltra returning, I was like, what are you talking about?
Take it. That was babysitting. Game over, buddy.
I remember this boss being the first time I ever actually died in this game. No, it looks like some. What this thing stopped freaking tracking me so hard? There's also being a special thing where you're able, was the double brick I'm using rawhide used at a certain moment you get something for it, but I don't know when that moment is. I never actually did that myself. Just going based off of trailer knowledge / hearsay. Well, not hearsay. I've seen it in action. Never done it. Let's see. Let's try more current
Don't let it go to waste.
or later anime. Until I get more also obscure. You ever heard of? I'm gonna say the English translation of the name. Hi to the Combat Butler.
no.
And it's a series that ran in Shonen Sunday. It got its own anime. The anime got neglected on super hard. Well, I'm about to die. The anime got neglected on super hard, where the first season's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Second season's it's not much better, but it's kind of you can see improvement. Then this next season immediately pretends the second season never actually happened.
Wow.
Because technically it was all filler from all filler never happened in the manga. So they mentioned like, wow, all that happened in 1 month. We spent an entire year, 1 month. Okay. Yeah, it's a slice of life comedy series. Despite having comment and name, there's not much action in it. Also, it takes forever to explain why the pro tag is also so strong. Like, he's like an OP anime character, but it's like, they never tell you why he's so strong until forever. Whereas the anime never got to. There's another thing. How do you feel about an anime series? Like creating an anime series
I guess I owe you
midway into a manga's plot. Like imagine if Dragon Ball Z didn't start where Dragon Ball Z started, but instead started like freaking
I cannot do.
freaking
I must go.
preparing for the Saiyans.
Don't push yourself.
Oh, that'd be weird.
You need some rest. I must go.
That's how the anime series feels, because they made another season called Cuties, and
Why the hell did you
it skips like 800 chapters or so into the manga, and with no context.
Fine.
It just kind of comes out of nowhere. One season was super weird. It had nothing to do with the manga. It was just... It went from a freaking slice of life comedy series with occasional weirdness to just being an entire weird thing that involves freaking black magic. It was just weird. Also, I later found out I got an English dub. And from one episode, I realized the English dub already effed up. The head butler guy had a German accent.
Well,
That's how you know they effed up, because the show goes out of his way to say how the character's Japanese. Oops. There's an entire episode literally called Claus is Japanese. And it's like, congratulations, you effed up and made they said made Japanese guy German. Also made the other Japanese person have a French accent. Is it because she's a maid, so you think French when you think maid?
Trust me, Nero.
Is that it?
This one's gonna be a little too much for you.
Either way, main premise is main character's life sucks. His parents are a-holes. Not even Santa likes him. In reality, Santa just didn't know where he lived. That's why he never got any presents from Santa. And his life sucks. Parents leave him with huge debt. He ends up trying to kidnap this rich girl. Rich girl sees his kidnapping and thinks that he's not trying to kidnap her, but instead just pretty much just went "I love you" instead in her head. He tries to kidnap her, fails immediately, ends up saving her and then walking away, and is about to be kidnapped by freaking mob people when she decides to pay off his debt. So he's gonna pay off his debt like just for free, but then he ends up insulting like the disguise she used. So she decides he has to work off her debt as being her butler.